Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the VCR Gaming Podcast. This is episode number 4. Holy shit, we've done 4 episodes. I'm your host, Matt, over there on the other side of, well, he's not that far away physically from me, only, probably 10 miles, but from the other side of somewhere is your other host, Zuby, the other Matt bro. What's going on, Zubes?
Oh, not much, man. Just freaking, it's been one hell of an exhausting work week. And before we get any further, I incorrectly called one of our coworkers a punk-ass bitch, James. What I really meant to say was one of our other coworkers, Brian, is a punk-ass bitch.
He is. Are you referring to Superfan Brian?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's a punk-ass bitch, yeah.
Definitely. So I would just like to make that correction before we go any further. But other than that, been doing awesome. I got my copy of Uncharted 4 today.
Fucking finally.
And
finally.
You know how far I got? I got to the installation screen.
Hey man, I'll take it. Did you get to do the update? There's a 5 gig update as well.
Yeah, that's the last thing it was doing before I got off the PS4.
Maybe tomorrow we can play. Maybe.
It depends.
You got to remember, you got to play. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, it depends if I'm doing Magic or not tomorrow night. I don't know. It depends. Fuck, I don't know. Whatever. But yeah. Other than that, it's just been. Did we talk about it on the last podcast that I own a house now? I can't remember.
I don't know if it was 100% official the last time we recorded. No, you were going the next day to close. Actually, yep.
So I officially own a house. If you want to buy a house on the cheap, just I only paid $34 on my closing, and I did it by living here at the same house for X amount of years. So that's how you get really cheap. You know, it should be like a 1 a.m. infomercial. Infomercial. Because I know how to talk.
I know it. Well, actually, you did the whole strong arm your landlord thing too. You got him to upgrade the shit out of that house too before you bought it. So that was pretty sweet.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, man. No, that's badass. So, Matt was refusing to buy Uncharted before he bought Overwatch, but somehow he decided to buy it this week, and then proceeded to bitch the whole time that it hadn't been delivered yet. So that was interesting. That was fun.
Yeah, and what's funny is actually I bought Uncharted 4 first. I only had like a $5 pre-order for Overwatch, and then the next day I went ahead and bought Overwatch, and it's going to be.
Oh, you did. You did order it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to miss out on that, dude. I mean, Uncharted's cool, but I think Overwatch is, for you, is going to be a little bit more epic, for sure.
Oh, yeah, man. And it's, it just sucks that we got to work. I mean.
I know. We should really take, like, a month off and just game, like, every day. They'd go for that, right?
Dude, I've got we've got 5 weeks vacation.
I know, I've hardly used any of it too, man. Like,
I know the only vacation I actually used was for sick time.
That's true.
Because we were sick that one week. Like, you, me, and Brian all got sick the same exact time, and we were, like, dying.
Are you referring to punk-ass bitch Brian? I think you might be.
Yes. Punk-ass bitch Brian.
Okay, we need to get we need to shorten that. We need an acronym for that.
It's true. Super punk-ass bitch.
For the people that don't know, that shit was no joke.
Spab. Sabab.
Yeah.
Or something.
Some shit. We'll get it worked out. We'll start a Twitter for it. But yeah, man, that sickness was no joke, man. People don't know about that. Man, that shit, it killed all of us, man. I had like a fever. I was like shaking in the corner, crying and shit. Like, thought I was dying.
I know, and it was one of those, because there's times where you're sick, and then, like, later on in the day, you start feeling better. But it was one of those, you could not get out of bed. Like, you got out of bed to, like, even, like, try to sit up. You're like, I'm dying.
Literally, yeah, you would. Matter of fact, dude, it just reminded me, I passed out that one time. I, like, blacked out and couldn't see and shit. That was crazy, man. That shit was bad. But anyways, that's gone now. That's in the past.
Yeah, so what have you been up to, man?
Man, I haven't been having to work as many extra hours as you. You've been really hammered with that lately. I've been doing grown-up shit, man, like keeping up on housework and yard work. Yeah, shit like that. I have been playing some gaming. We'll get into that in a bit. What else is going on? I was helping my son and my wife do a little bit of research on a book report he's got. He's doing it on the Apache helicopter, which he's wanting to make sure that in there it says the nickname for it, which I don't know if you know this, Matt, is the Angel of Death. So that's probably going to go over well in the first grade book report club. So we'll see how that goes. I don't
even think my first grader had a book report this year.
Lucky, bro. Lucky, because my poor son, he's had them every week. They have one, and then quarterly they have a big one. Like, they had to do like a diorama and shit. He did Batman. It was actually pretty rad for his last one. But yeah, it's hectic, man. It's hectic. I know there's something else that I'm forgetting, and it's late, and I'm tired. So I apologize, everybody. Nothing super interesting going on. Just another week. Super interesting as far as gaming goes, but again, we're going to get into that. And I have notes, so no matter how tired I am, I won't forget them.
Yeah, true. I've got them too.
Yes, we need those because we're old. That's what old people do. They need shit.
All right, so let's start with what each host is drinking. And I will go first since I'm usually really quick, and I am drinking water. This week, it is purified water. Here, I'll show it to the camera. It is purified water from, I think Sam's Club. Sam's Club, if you want to get
quality
water,
shit.
That quality shit. It's that Sam's Club quality. When Dixie ain't got
plug.
Yeah, Sam's Club or when Dixie ain't got nothing on Sam's Club water.
No, that Sam's Club water is much better. It's got minerals and shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm drinking. Butler, what are you drinking, my good sir?
First of all, I commend you, good sir, for not drinking a Monster energy drink at 10:20 at night on a work night. So good job there. That's really smart.
I can't do that again, because the last time I did that, I'm like, it's 1:30, and I'm like, I'm awake. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah, it's probably not worth it at all.
Yeah, it's bad.
We gotta stop doing these so late, because I feel like a downright alcoholic, because especially after last week with hot sauce, he kind of egged me on, he's like, oh, IPA, what are you drinking? IPAs, this and that. So now I kind of feel like, oh, somebody actually gives a shit. So now I have to actually have something cool each time. I feel like I'm driven to, Matt. I know I really don't have to, but man, I don't really like drinking this late before I have to go to work tomorrow. So maybe we'll do an earlier one next time. But I am drinking, it's another Sweetwater beer, but it's not the 420 this time. It's just their regular IPA. My wife got it on sale in a 12-pack for me. She's so nice. She takes care of me. But yeah, that's what I'm drinking on this time around. It's pretty delicious. It's very close to their other one. I'd have to drink them back to back to know. But if you're into IPAs, it's a good one. They're out of Georgia. I'm pretty sure you can get this everywhere. Check it out. It's nothing, mind blowing, but it's decent. It's tasty.
God.
Anyways,
I like that sound. Damn.
It's just so. All right, Matt. We've got to talk about our games that we're playing. Who wants to go first? Because we both have a bit of a list, and I know you have something real exciting to talk about. Something we said we weren't excited about, I think, on the first podcast, but psych, we kind of are. So
yeah. So before we begin, I wanted to tell you something really bad at lunch today, but and I know you're a fan of this too, and it's nothing to do gaming related, but
okay.
I don't know if you saw my Twitter last night, but I got extremely excited about something that is coming out next year in January.
Hold on, stand by. I think I did, but I am not in the right state of mind at the moment. So, well, let's see. Here's your post about it working a 15-hour day. So bitching, bitch. Let's see. All right, click your start button. Nope, there's an ad for a Scion. Everybody go get your Scion if you like shitty cars. Let's see. You tweet a lot. What the hell?
Yeah,
it's all within the last couple hours. I'm having to really fucking scroll.
Okay, well,
yeah, you just go ahead and do it because you tweet you're like a Twitter whore. Bro.
I told you I'm a Twitter whore.
What's up with this? You are. You're just a Twitter skank, man.
I am. I spread them open, but so
Wow.
they are releasing a new Star Trek show in January.
No shit.
Not a movie, but an actual show. CBS
What,
is
like a whole new series, like a whole new thing?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, and
How the fuck do I not know about this?
It wasn't even that big of an announcement, but I just saw it on Twitter, and I'm just like, I freaked out. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. Even my wife got excited because she loves Next Gen and Voyager. And
Does anybody not like Next Gen and Voyager?
Well, there are some people that don't like Voyager.
Well, fuck them. Janeway's the shit. All right.
She is. She's the fucking shit. But
Shit.
and I know you're a Star Trek fan like I am, so I just had to tell you. And it's like I'm so excited because while I like the new movies, they don't fill that void that the TV shows do. Because the last TV show we got was Enterprise. Enterprise was good.
No, it was pretty good, man. There was some good stuff in Enterprise. I liked it.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely had some really good episodes, but overall the series was kind of weak.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. It felt like somebody somewhere, their heart wasn't completely in it, you know?
Yeah.
But, whatever. I still liked it. I thought it was cool. It was the best looking yet because they had, technology was much more affordable and things like that. So it was cool. So what's this one called? Do we know anything about it? Like, what's the skinny? I haven't heard a fucking thing.
There is absolutely no info about it at all. It's
Great.
just, I know. So it's literally they just announced it, and I had to bring it up because I know you're a Star Trek fan, and I'm so pumped about it. Like, I think I'm probably for the next year, for the rest of this year, I'm probably going to do a Star Trek marathon of all the shows.
Whoa. Like from 60s to Enterprise? Like the whole way?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
It's going to take you literally all fucking year, man.
That's what it took me last time, was a whole year to watch every single series.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'm going to do it, man. I'm almost caught up with Supernatural, and yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up before we get into games because I know you'd be pretty excited about that.
I am really intrigued, man. I'm really interested. I was just, I was thinking not too long ago, like they have to be due for a new series for that, and I know I am, man. There hasn't been anything for quite a while.
Yeah, like I said, the new movies are good, but they just don't fill that void.
No, not at all. Something interesting. So somehow, you have ads on your Twitch? I'm assuming, right, Matt?
Yeah.
I have Star Fox Zero showing up for the Wii U in mine, and I've never even searched that on this PC. I never use this PC. I wonder, is your Twitch stream a fan of our podcast?
Maybe.
I'm getting Star Fox ads, so that's pretty cool.
So wait, are we saying that Twitch stream has a mind of its own? Are we getting into some AI type shit?
Straight up follower, bro. Hey, whatever. I'll take artificial followers. If it gives me a download, we're tight.
Hey, I'm good on that shit.
Hell yeah.
Whatever makes numbers good. So let's get into games we've been playing. The first game I have on the list I want to talk about last because I feel like we'll talk on that a lot longer.
Yeah, and I even threw a news topic in. I don't know if you noticed that. Something kind of interesting as well. So yeah, let's save that for last for sure.
All right, so the games I've been playing is the first one is Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap for Game Boy Advance. And if I remember correctly, if you go by the Zelda timeline, Skyward Sword is the very first Zelda in the timeline, and I think Minish Cap is the second one. So this takes place before you ever get the Master Sword, before Ganon and all that stuff.
Okay, all right.
And it's not a bad Zelda game. It has some cool what am I thinking of? Cool scenes or not features, but more cool places, because you turn small, like you go microscopic.
Oh, you actually physically shrink down. I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So while the world map is not big at all, but once you shrink down, it becomes obviously gigantic. So
that's
not
pretty
a bad
fucking
game.
cool. Have you ever played it before, or is this your first time through?
This is my second time playing through it. I've never beaten it. And it's just, I'm slowly going through it, slowly chugging along.
So it's an advanced game, you said, right? So roughly Super Nintendo-esque graphic-y look.
Yeah.
Kind.
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks similar to A Link to the Past, but better.
I'm going to just go on a limb here, and I'm just going to say that the Super Nintendo era Link and Zelda, that's my shit. I think obviously there's stuff that looks better, but I don't know. I think that's like the best blend of the original. I'm talking about the first one on NES and hell, even some of the more modern stuff. I think that one has a special place in my heart. So
Yeah.
I need to get on. You've been telling me about these Game Boy Advance ones, man. I need to get on top of these because that's right up my alley. That's the Zelda shit that I know and I love and I like and I know the best. Yeah. So why not have some more adventures in that? That's pretty cool.
Dude, speaking of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, it's I can remember the first time renting that, and just like when you're in the storm in the beginning in the rain, dude, just the way it looked just blew my mind. Like, game could look like that, because we never had anything like that. We never had weather.
No,
before
no, yeah.
And if there was weather, it was super shitty looking.
You know what I kind of liked about it too, about how it looked, Matt, and like the feel of it is like you play like a Final Fantasy on a SNES console, and like the world map, it's kind of shitty,
Mm-hmm.
Zelda, like when you're out on the map or you're in a dungeon, it's all the same. They made it, it's very I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's the same. You know what I mean? Like they gave a shit and they made it look good. It's kind of like if you could zoom in closer on a world map of Final Fantasy and gave it better detail. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's something to that.
Yeah, there's especially A Link to the Past, they did a really good job with the atmosphere of the game, the feel of the game.
Yeah.
They really give you that sense of dread when you're in the dark world. I mean,
oh God, yeah.
Especially when you're a kid, because you're just like, oh shit, this shit's getting serious.
And that's really fucking hard to do in the 16-bit era, to give a game a feel. That's really saying something.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
So the next game I've been playing is a Nintendo game, and I see it's up on your screen there, 1942. And
sure the hell is. Where's my remote? Go ahead.
So yeah, the 1942 is a top-down shooter with you fly a plane. It's very similar to other top-down shooters at its time. You're just flying around shooting things. It's an on-rails game where it's moving for you, and it's
impossibly hard though.
Yeah, it's a very hard game. But after playing that Jamestown game that I told you about,
right,
it makes 1942 look like a piece of shit. Yeah, I see you playing.
I'm playing it backwards through the computer screen with a delay.
That's awesome.
It's a hell of a delay too. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
People on the live stream are getting a show right now. I can't even deal.
You're not even looking.
I can't forget. Whatever. Anyways, there it is. So good times.
No, that's awesome.
We'll let it just kill them off there. But anyways, good times.
No, but I've been playing that game, and it's the thing about it is it's very repetitive. It's also pretty long too. I think there's like, crap, how many stages? Like almost 40 stages.
What?
You go through. Or
are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's a pretty long game. Like, yeah, but it gets harder as it goes on. 'Cause each stage isn't very long, but it gets substantially harder. And I've just been playing that, and
I can't believe it's that many levels, bro. That's batshit crazy to me, man. Absolutely. I mean, that's wow. So it's hard. So they stemmed off. They really ventured out in the 8-bit genre, Matt. If you think about it, because like what we always talk about is that like a lot of the earlier video games were harder for the sake of either storage, lack of content, not knowing how to change it up. So they just made games harder. But this game, they just went ahead and fucked you twice. Like, oh, it's impossibly hard and impossibly long. So props to the developers of 1942. Who made that, by the way? Capcom. 85. Holy shit.
God, I feel old.
Dude, you know what? That's a really quality game for being 85 on a home console, man. Think about it.
And it's still a fun game to play, too. It's not, because there's definitely older games where you're just like, how did I play this as a kid? It's terrible. But then there's games like 1942 that still, still hold up that you can just play pretty easily.
Pretty rad. Pretty rad. What else you playing, man?
Yeah, next one is I'm still on Uncharted 2. I got a little bit farther. I got past the helicopter boss the first time. I don't know if you fight any other helicopters, but that first one, holy shit,
it's been a while.
That was hard.
Not sure. Yeah. I do remember some helicopter battling though, absolutely, yeah. And it is quite difficult. You're not using like the cheater aim or anything like that, right? Like you're playing it like a boss.
What's the cheater aim?
You can have that shit where it snaps too when you go
like
look down your sights.
And all that?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
All right,
I don't even know that was an option. So
it is, and it's whack.
Great, now I'm gonna use it because you told me.
No, dude, it'll ruin it. It makes it too easy, like way too fucking easy. It's just headshot, and lame.
Yeah, fuck that. No, but I think I'm at chapter 8 or 9 in the game.
Getting up there.
Yeah, I mean it's a really fun game. I'm definitely liking the weapon balance a lot better than the first game. I'm not sure how I feel about the story because I haven't seen it unfold all the way yet. So it's hard to judge on that. While I'm still really enjoying it, I really I know you told me forever to play these games, and I kind of wish I played them earlier because I love Nathan, and I love like all the other characters too. Sully,
yeah, Sully,
Elena.
and they're all very likable. Like they draw you in. There's something about them, and it gives credence to whoever the actors were. They do mocap for that, right? Like the actors are actually acting with each other, so that says a lot too.
Shit, I mean, these could be almost movies, and I'd enjoy them just as much, if not more.
Wait until you play 4, dude. There's oh my god, the cutscenes in 4, it is like a movie. It's so good, man. So good. Anyway, sorry.
No, I'm going to get there. Like I said, I'm going to be playing multiplayer with you first.
Yes.
But I'm not going to touch single player until I beat 2 and 3.
Totally understandable, and I would probably recommend that. It's pretty interesting. Have you? And goddamn, I hope I don't spoil this for you, Matt. It's been so long since I played it. But on 2, have you been inside the skyscraper yet?
Skyscraper.
You would know. Okay, all right.
Yeah, no,
not going to ruin it. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you noticed, but like one of the cool things about Uncharted is like, how like on pretty much every other video game, if part of your environment becomes interactive with you, it kind of stands out. It's like a different color or something because it's not actually part of the background. And how Uncharted kind of blends that, where they make everything sort of active and they just decide what's gonna happen. Well, there's a part with the building skyscraper shit that you're going to get to that is going to literally make you think, how is this possible? How on the PS3, because I know you're playing the PS4, but it came out on the PS3. How is this level of shit even possible to load into the RAM? I mean, you didn't have much RAM. What'd you have, 256 megs?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So just keep that in mind. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it is pretty cool. Got somebody in the chat here, I see.
Yeah, we got Mojo Hippie saying howdy, bubbas.
Do you know who that is by any chance?
Nope.
No? Awesome.
Not sure.
Well, welcome, Mojo Hippie. Moho.
If I do know,
might be Moho.
Yeah, Moho or Mojo. If I do know who that is, I am sorry that I don't remember who you are. And I apologize. I barely remember my kids' names.
Moho, he's big time in you right now, just so you know. I'm sorry if I can't remember you. I'm too important. So
yes, because I'm that smug.
Below, beneath, and yes.
Yes.
That's funny.
All right. So the last game I'm playing, and it's a game we talked about before, and we didn't give it that much praise, or we were just sort of like, eh.
I believe we officially said that we weren't excited for it, and it didn't seem like it held anything for us as well. Moho, knew it. I knew it. Boom, nailed it. What?
Oh,
sorry.
So does he speak Spanish? Be like, "Que pasa, Mufasa, motherfucker"?
Stop offending people, Zuby. You're getting rid of our listeners.
How was that offending? I just said "Que pasa."
I'm kidding. I don't know. Zuby knows some Korean. Watch out now.
Yeah, fucking better watch out. God, I don't remember a lot of it, but no, this game was a game that we talked about. We were like, not so excited, and holy shit, was I wrong. holy fuck. And that game is Doom.
Yeah, I'm going to concede. I've watched some videos. I'm going to concede. It looks rad. I'm buying it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people will complain about the multiplayer, and they're kind of, they're right on that. They're justified on that because the multiplayer is nothing special. It's very Call of Duty-esque. They sort of like mix it in with Call of Duty and Halo. But then you can also randomly become a demon or something, or you get a demon power-up. And while that part is cool, it doesn't do enough for me to where since it feels so similar to like Call of Duty or Halo, I'm just like, But the single player, if anybody loved Doom 1 and 2, not Doom 3, but Doom 1 and 2, you would love the single player for this new Doom because it is extremely similar to the old school Dooms. And I don't mean it's like trying to be a copy, but it's the levels are wide open. There's not a straight path you go down. It's there's corridors everywhere. There's fucking monsters coming at you left and right, and I love it. It's I have not had this much fun playing a shooting game for like a long time.
And as far as the setting and the story goes, it's still a lot of the same premise, correct? It's like you're on Mars. You're something about crossing between different, into the different dimension or something like that, where the dead are and shit, and the demons, and you're trying to clear the demons out of your Martian attempt at colonizing, correct?
Yeah, I mean, the story is nothing great at all. It's the same old, demons came to Mars, help us clean up. Like, yeah, the story is not, like, at all centralized. It's the gameplay. The gameplay is just so good. And it's the type of FPS where do not bother trying to, run and hide or anything like that, or try to stay in cover. It's like, nope, you have to constantly be on the move. And that's how old school Doom was, too.
It really much was, especially when you up the difficulty levels. Like, it really, really took it there. The thing is that... hold on. I got a technical error here. There we go. I had to mute you. You there, Zoobs?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got me? Okay, all right. Yeah, I had to reload the Twitch feed, and it decided to feed audio in. Anyways, so... Now I lost my train of thought. Okay, anyway, so Doom, old school versus new school. And I noticed this, and we'll talk a little bit about this too later on when we get into the news, but like when you... somebody that knows the game or knows the levels very well can make it look very easy. When in fact it's anything but, especially when you crank that difficulty level up. You're just that on your game. You know what I mean? Like, you just know. Yeah. So difficulty level, if anybody's, deciding or on the fence about this game, keep that in mind, while you're watching these Let's Plays, or if you're just watching somebody streaming on Twitch or anything that might look like that they've, that it's super easy or that you can handle it. Believe me, until you're familiar with what you're running through, it's not. It's really not. And it looks like they've done a good job of that between this and the previous one as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's like I said, it's just I'm having a blast playing it, and there's another mode called Snap Mode or something. It's a bunch of user created maps. I haven't tried it out yet. Maybe this weekend if well, we all know what's happening. You and I both know what's happening this weekend, but yeah,
your life's getting fucked is what's happening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's
good time.
Well, and you see, I'm putting it all on myself too. So
you are. Well, it is what it is. Hey, I'll help you out a little. What do you think of the new Doom as a? Do you think this is going to be something that's just going to go away? Do you think this is something that's just going to flare up for the next couple months, maybe, or do you think that this is something that maybe in a few years you're going to pick up again and play? How do you feel about that?
Oh, you mean like once I beat it, would I pick it up again?
Yeah.
I could see myself playing it again because every so often I'll get the itch to play, old school Doom too, and and besides the game's graphics are freaking phenomenal too. And I'm not much of a graphics whore. Like, I can play shitty looking games, but the graphics are just beautiful in it. And
they really are, man. Like, find somebody that if you want to see it, find somebody that has that streamer has uploaded that's 1080p 60 frames. He's not kidding, man. That game it's polished. It looks great.
Yeah, definitely. But no, I could see myself playing it again, maybe through the story mode again, because there's a lot of secrets to find too, like little hidden passages and all that. And there's sometimes where I've gone through a level and I thought I explored the hell out of it. Nope, I still miss some stuff. So.
And then there's hidden old levels, like where even like the textures and stuff are from the original game, right?
Yeah, I haven't found any of those, but I've seen some videos of it, and I keep looking, just not finding any.
It might be worth replaying simply just for that.
Yeah.
Moho Hippie here in the chat is saying that the gameplay better make up. I guess Moho Hippie earlier had said that not a huge fan of first-person shooters, and that the gameplay better make up for it. Also, they love Moho Hippie loves a good story plot, not a thin plot from a porno film. I agree with that. How is the story plot in this game, Matt, so far? Is there one, even? I mean, besides just like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, there is. Is there cutscenes, anything like that?
Not really cutscenes. It's more like, you remember Half-Life, how it didn't have cutscenes, but it had story happening around you?
Oh, yeah, and you could get too far away and miss shit. Oh, yeah.
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 It's sort of like that. They're not cramming a story down your throat like they did with Doom 3.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I did not like with Doom 3. And while like I said, there is a story, you can easily ignore it because I'm barely paying attention to the story because I just don't care, and I'm getting along just fine.
So the story is not necessary then, essentially. Like, you can it's just get to the end of the level, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that's still very Doom. I mean, I'm not knocking them for that by any means. So.
Yeah.
So I did say originally when we talked about this that it looked to me a lot like a more modern day Unreal Tournament, with the higher power weapons and the armor and things like that. Sounds to me like it's actually not, especially when it comes to the multiplayer. You're saying that it's closer to a Call of Duty than a Unreal Tournament. So that's cool. Hey man, I love to be proven wrong. For sure. I hate when I'm thinking it's going to be a certain way and it's a bad thing and I'm right. So pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to pick that up. Not on PC Master Race like you fucking rich PC having some bitch. I'm going to play it on my PS4. So, but yes. I'm sure it'll still be good. It may not be as beautiful with your 970 over there.
How do you? Well, you're gonna have to hook up a mouse and keyboard because that's the only way you can play Doom.
I know.
I don't know how you play Doom with the controller.
I don't think they have that shit for the PS4, man. Can I play it on my Dreamcast?
On your Gamecast?
On my Gamecast?
You remember playing Doom on Super Nintendo? Did you ever play it on Super?
So I haven't played it, but I'm familiar with it. Like, I saw like the AVGN thing about it, and I have actually sourced some videos, and I did see it at a game store. It didn't even draw me enough. They had it on. It didn't even draw me enough to go and try it. But man, it's like a reduced screen, and it's dark really and shit. Bad. But impressive nonetheless. I mean, you're running a first-person 3D, I say 3D lightly, shooter on a SNES. I mean, that's pretty cool, man. I'll give it that for sure.
Yeah, it's I don't know. To me, I grew up playing Doom on computers, so I'm used to the mouse and keyboard, and it always felt weird. Like when I remember renting Doom one time for Super Nintendo, and it just felt really weird. That this isn't right. This isn't Doom. You don't play it with a controller. What is this? Yeah,
I'm gonna have a problem with that because I'm with you. I've only ever played it with a mouse and keyboard. So that's that. Yeah, you're right, man. Fuck it. What am I gonna do? So
I know I'm right. God, jeez.
Yeah, no. we did talk about what it would take to build a PC. And guys, in case you're wondering, if you want to join the Master Race, believe it or not, $1,100 gets you can play all the newest shit. So I thought it'd be a lot more than that. So pretty cool. Too rich for my blood at the moment, but maybe I'll get there towards the end of the year, something like that. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised to see that it wasn't as much as I was thinking, Matt.
Yeah, no, it's worth it too, even if you buy like one part a month or something like that. And what's cool is the new what GTX 1080 is coming out, or
1080 and 1070, and this is kind of big news in the gaming world, man. This is, everybody's been waiting for this because those are actually, the 1070 is actually going to be better than the current 980 Ti, apparently, and that's going to be the cheap card. So that's really freaking exciting. If anybody's going to be building a PC, wait till those come out. I think they come out the 10th of next month. So hang tight. That's going to be the move. And then wait for the third parties to get a hold of the chipsets, because that's just coming right from NVIDIA. So if you guys are into upgrading your video cards, or you were waiting to build a PC, the time is coming upon you. The next gen is hitting, and these things are monsters. Matt, I mean, they're talking about the 1080 is going to do double what the 970 does. Double. Damn. That's crazy. I get it. It's probably to accommodate VR, because VR, you're actually running two of the same thing, one for each eye. So it would make sense with the VR era coming upon us to have a super powerful card. But still, that's extreme, especially for the kind of money they're talking. That was $1,000 equivalent card, just 2 years ago. So pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that might be a Christmas present for me this year. Getting a new video card. You going with a 1080 or a 1070? Depends what my budget's looking like. I mean, anything's going to be better than my 970 right now. So
the 1070 is supposed to smoke like it's not even close. The 980 Ti, so even that would be extreme. And you said you have a 970, which is kind of like the it's like the I don't know. It's like the Corvette of video cards, whereas it's extremely, extremely capable. It's pretty, it gets the job done, but it's affordable, and it's like that's the go-to for everybody. You know what I mean? And you said you don't have any problems. Like, you can run everything max settings, no frame rate drop issues, things like that, right?
And as far as every game that I've played, it hasn't been any issues.
You're running Doom. I mean, you're running Doom at probably 60 frames a second.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't want that.
It looks just fine. I mean, it runs just fine. And it's running on Ultra or whatever.
So that's crazy. So imagine twice that performance. You know what I mean? Like, you could probably have a couple 4K monitors at that point.
Yeah, that's probably one thing I do want to upgrade next, is get bigger monitors. I'm thinking of maybe getting 22-inch or two 24-inch screens or something.
What are you at now, 20 or 21, something like that?
Yeah, they're either 20 or 21-inch.
Gotcha.
And it's feeling a little, peasant.
Yeah, I know. You can't be part of the master race with anything under two 55-inch plasmas, so.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So
what have you been playing?
So I've got a few. Matt, I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to save my first one on the list there for the last. Mario 64 is still popping around a little bit this week here for the family. I've picked it up a couple of times. I think we're up to like 30 some odd stars, 33, 34 odd stars. And that's just us casually playing it, messing around, stuff like that. Always good fun. Mario controls remarkably well even to this day. The camera will mess you up a little bit, but we're still chugging away at that. It's good fun. If you guys haven't played in a while, I recommend. It's a good quick pickup. Get a star here or there, and the puzzles. Not puzzles, but the levels, the puzzlingness of the level. Basically, you're completing it will either frustrate the shit out of you, or it will. It'll entertain you plenty. Trust me. It just because it's a little bit of an older game, it does not lack in content or replayability at all. So, really, really glad that we picked that up. Everybody seems to be enjoying that. Another thing on my list here is Final Fantasy IX. Everybody knows that I am playing that currently, and that I have a goal set for myself. I want to have that done by September when the new Final Fantasy 15 comes out. Now, Matt, yeah, dude, we're fucking stoked for that shit, man.
Oh my god!
Play the demo, by the way. Download the demo; it's free for 15 to give you a good feel, give you an idea what the combat's going to be like, the visuals, all that. It's pretty cool. So Final Fantasy IX, I've honestly, Matt, I hate to say, I've only put about a half hour into it, and for good reason this week. Not because I went somewhere or I was busy working like some some fucking, I don't know, network engineer, senior network engineer guy, but I have a good reason why I haven't played that much. So Final Fantasy IX still in progress. The other thing that I've been playing was kind of interesting, and it's actually on my pickups list, is Donkey Kong Land for the Game Boy. Matt,
is it the first one?
It is the very first one. You are a huge I don't know, fan, but you played them all, you said, on the Game Boy, right?
Yep. And
yeah.
I've 100% in them all and all that shit.
100%. Like, you got all the Kong, all that stuff. Wow, that's next level, man.
Because those games I find the Donkey Kong Land games a lot harder than country games.
I was just going to say that. Like, you had told me that, and I'd only played like a couple levels on it when you first told me that. Yeah, it's fucking hard. Do they get easier? Yeah. Do they get easier ever?
What, the games, or just as it progresses?
No, the games themselves. Because I'm playing the first one, and I'd like to play the others, but this thing is punishing, man. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, I think from what I remember, now, granted, I haven't played since I was a kid, so I remember the first one being the hardest, then the second one was the next hardest, and the third one was the easiest, but that's not saying much. They're all hard. But I just remember the first one was just very punishing. Like, it just felt like the platforming was just terrible in some levels.
Yeah, it is. Hit detection's a little shitty too. I've noticed it's kind of pissed me off. And then like, there's other things like where, and this might be a limitation to the Game Boy, but like where I'll go from, you can definitely jump down to something, but like maybe I skip over it. And then you jump up to like a treetop or something. You're like, oh, I wanted to go see what was down there. And you fall down and it just brings you back out to the menu. You die. And it's like, no, I should have been able to fall down to that platform down there and see what was down there. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. It might just be like a RAM limitation or something to the Game Boy, like it can't keep all that shit rendered. But it has its quirks, Matt. But it's still really fun, man. Like I like it. I really enjoy it. Moho Hippie saying punishing games like Mistress Helga's House o' Pain. I'm not sure what that is. Doesn't sound enjoyable.
Is that
even a game?
Yeah. I'm going to look it up right now.
Google that
Mistress
shit.
Helga...
Mistress Helga's House o' Pain. That doesn't sound enjoyable. So while you're looking that up, is it real?
Okay.
I
know. I found Mistress Yuki Ona's House of Pain.
Pass.
And some nice pictures on here.
Oh, God. You're on a watch list or some shit now, dude.
I know, right? I don't think that's a real game. I think he's tricking us.
Chime in, Moho. We not following along there. So anyway, Donkey Kong Land on the Game Boy, pretty cool graphically, Matt. Really surprising, although it came out late in the Game Boy's life. So I guess maybe not that surprising overall at the end of the day. But for something that you could play on a dot matrix monochrome screen, looks really good. It really does. I played on the Game Boy Color. I wouldn't say that it's better than some of the best Game Gear games looks-wise, but that was a Master System, so that makes sense. That makes sense, but still, it looks good nonetheless. The other thing, all right, guys, so this is kind of sad. I've put Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast on the back burner. I just do not have time right now. I have so many different games on my plate, and with the major one that I'll get to here in just a second, I don't have time, and that game requires your time. I haven't forgotten about it. I've got it actually sitting out over here so that I don't forget about it, so it stares me in the face. I love it. It's just I don't have time right now. Especially too, I got like Jet Grind Radio on the Dreamcast that I told you all about, and I am still playing that. It's just it's hard, man. It's hard to juggle everything. So anyways,
what are you talking about? It's super easy.
Yeah, Matt, totally. I mean, you worked like 89 hours this week, and you still played more games than me. So I mean, I guess I need to quit bitching. So. But
Well, the actual amount of hours I put in these games is very, very, very small.
yeah, it's true. You just go through and just turn them on, turn them off, turn them on, turn it off. Play that, play that, play this, play that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So without any further ado, my headline game that I'm playing that has eaten up completely all of my spare time is, of course, the hot topic of the whole week, Uncharted 4. Holy fucking shit, Matt. HFS.
I'm excited to play it.
HFS all day. It's so goddamn good. Two was my favorite until now. I don't even remember 2 at all because this game has taken over my complete Uncharted section of my brain. It's awesome. The graphics, Matt, I talked to you about this a little bit, and I can't stress this enough. The graphics, they've never been bad on any of the Uncharted games, but like on the current gen consoles, the PS4, the Xbox One, things like that, I've only really played one game that I felt was like actually next gen looking, and that was not Just Cause, although it looks okay. Drawing a brain fart, Matt. I played it when I first got the system. Damn it.
Last of Us? Or...
No. That looks okay. The HD remake of that is pretty stinking good too. But no,
Yeah.
I can't think of it. It's a stupid series. There was one that was like neon and like, what is it?
Was it the first PS4 game you got?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart right now.
What'd you do in it?
It's a shooter. You
Talk about Far Cry?
Far Cry. Goddamn. Thank you, Matt. Jesus. I apologize, guys. It's late. Bear with me, and I've gone through one of these IPAs, and they're a little strong, so bear with me. But anyways, so Far Cry. So Far Cry was like the first game that I played on these consoles that actually felt next level, that like graphically, that looked, wow, these consoles are capable of something. Well, Uncharted has just beat that shit into the ground, demolished it. Uncharted is one of the best looking console games ever, Matt. I think that you would even be in a PC Master Race guy. I think that you will be pleasantly impressed by how good it looks. It is amazing. And, in true Uncharted fashion, you go from playing the game to a cutscene seamlessly because the character you play as is the same thing that's animated for the cutscenes. So it literally just kind of like takes away your control and just kind of moves the camera around to face them, and so you can see their facial expressions. And it's done really well. So you can imagine that if you're watching a cutscene that's supposed to be high def and movie-esque, if you imagine just continuing that and being able to play that way, that's what you're getting. And it is absolutely stunning. Now, you're not getting these massive open sandboxes and stuff like you do on some of the other games, and I think that's where they're getting some of their graphical jumps. But at the moment, this is the mark to beat for console. It looks amazing. So I'm not going to give away, Matt. There's something that happens really early on in the game, and I'm debating.
Don't tell me.
I'm debating if I let it go or not. It's not really important. Has nothing to do with the story. It's just kind of fun. I wouldn't call it an Easter egg because you don't have to hunt for it because it makes you do it anyways. But I'm going to say it. So we'll put spoiler alert or whatever on the description, but I'm going to say it. There's a part where Nathan Drake sits down and he plays Crash Bandicoot on the PS1. You actually get to play quite a good, decent amount of Crash Bandicoot in Uncharted 4, which that sealed the deal for me. I'm like, oh my god, I get to play their first platforming game on their most recent platforming game. So really cool, you guys. That was a nice surprise. I hope I didn't ruin it for anybody, but maybe some people will be interested because of that. Yeah, Matt. It happens.
Now I'm not going to play it.
Yeah,
you ruined it. No, but what I really like about Uncharted is the fact that it's not a giant sandbox, because I feel like there's just too many games coming out nowadays that are just big sandboxes. Go to point A to point B to do like 5 quests here, 5 quests there, and
dude,
it's just
every game is a sandbox nowadays. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. And it's sometimes nice to play an on-rails game where, where you're just basically along for the ride.
I agree. It is a nice change of pace. Now, it's not to say that you can't explore. You very much can. And some of these worlds are very massive. Some of these levels, rather, or whatever you want to call them, these destinations, because he's kind of traveling to destinations, as he does in every Uncharted. That's not a spoiler by any means, but some of them are pretty massive. And you know, Matt, I don't know how much you focus on collecting treasure and things like that in the Uncharted games, but you notice there's treasure to be found, like little pieces here or there.
I'm pretty terrible at finding it.
Oh, well, so in this game, it unlocks bonuses and things like that and extra stuff for you. So when you get to 4, you might want to focus on it a little bit. It actually will do some things for you. But it's so, even though it's not a large sandbox, you still get a very large environment. Sometimes it's overwhelming. It's like you get into this place, you're like, I'm never going to find all the treasure in here, you know, and you don't even want to try. So yeah, don't be turned off that it's not a giant sandbox game. I know that's all the rage, but like Matt said, it's a good change and it's welcomed, especially in this day and age where every freaking game is a sandbox. So pretty cool. Moho Hippie is totally agreeing with us on that, by the way, which is pretty cool. What else did he say? He said something. So he's saying on the Sega Dreamcast, to bring it back here for a second, not to derail, but he's saying the best games were Resident Evil, Code Veronica, and Silent Hill 2. Said they were emotionally moving. Well, although I'll agree with you, the stories and everything on those are. Because I've recently been into the Dreamcast so heavily, as the listeners probably know, I'm not going to say that those are the best games anymore. Just my personal take on it. I think that there's some, like Jet Grind Radio is truly a masterpiece for its time. I would put that ahead of those games. Phantasy Star Online, way ahead of that, just in the sheer freedom that you have in that. Those games are great, though. I'm not knocking them. I do enjoy them as well. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and disagree with you on that one, Moho Hippie. But the definitely good games on there. But back to Uncharted. So we left off on the graphics, and we talked about the sandboxness, all that. So what else can I say about it? The multiplayer. So the multiplayer is pretty stinking cool. Matt, you've never played a multiplayer for Uncharted, correct?
Nope, never done it.
Okay, so to me, I don't know. Sometimes it gets a bad rap, the multiplayer, from some people, and I don't know. I think these are people that are too hardcore into FPS or Call of Duty type things. I think they're not looking at it the right way. They put a lot of time into it, and in 2 especially, there was that game. It seemed like it went on forever in multiplayer. There was so much DLC they offered for it. They offered skins, like it was great, and that's because it actually lasted. And the reason why is this, some Uncharted's platforming, right? Well, what would the multiplayer be without platforming included into it? So Uncharted does a really good job of level design. So you've got basically in your typical Call of Duties or Battlefield or something like that, it's just like one large level, essentially, playing field. Yeah, you've got buildings you can kind of go into and snipe from and things like that, but you have to go upstairs or a ladder, right? Not in Uncharted. Uncharted takes it to the next level. A lot of levels, you'll have your main level of playing field, and there's all kinds of shit to climb and hang off of and drop down on people and pull people off of railings and shit like that. But then you've also got, like, you can go across the tops of the buildings, and there's all kinds of battling happening there. And then they've always got maybe like a cave system underneath, or like a temple system. And there's all kinds of shit to hang on in there. So you've got like this much broader, more 3D, physically 3D type like environment to work with. And ever since 3... Your cat, bro. It's delayed.
How much ran across my desk.
Yeah. We do this live, guys. We don't edit. Even if we say we're going to edit, we're probably not going to edit. So, but anyways,
no.
So you've got like this great environment for this. So, like in 3, they introduced kind of like where you could kind of hang and hang off of stuff and shoot, which was nice. It was a good addition because in 2 you really couldn't do that. You really wanted to get off of what you were hanging on quick to shoot, unless you could pull somebody down. It's sort of like a melee attack. Now, the 4's multiplayer, so you've got this grappling hook action in 4, and they've really, really incorporated the platforming a lot higher than I thought it would be. I mean, there's literally parts of these levels, the multiplayer levels, that you cannot get through unless you're grappling through or climbing and jumping through. Like you can't just walk through it all like you could on the previous ones. And to me, that nails it on the head. It's like, okay, this is what Uncharted's kind of about, and that adds another level of difficulty to the game. You know, and people take a bit more hits in this. I didn't mention that, but they do. So that's kind of fun too. So you're not necessarily just going to get straight sniped because you were hanging on something. You know, it's, from what I can tell so far, it's pretty well balanced. I mean, I'm not super great at the game yet, and I was enjoying the shit out of myself, Matt. I was getting decent kills, things like that. So if you want a different online multiplayer shooter experience, I cannot recommend this game enough. And I'll definitely be online. You guys will see me on there. I'll be playing it with you for sure. Matt, hopefully tomorrow you and I can get on this, man.
Hopefully. Maybe.
Hopefully so, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely excited about it, though.
So one thing you brought up, Matt, about what you noticed, like in the first Uncharted, was how like there was zombies and like some supernatural shit going on, stuff like that. Well, your perks and like advanced attacks and things like that, where like on Call of Duty you would call in an airstrike, or on Battlefront you would have a shield or like a implosion grenade or something like that. Well, like you're like summoning things and stuff like that. Like you're throwing like an ancient artifact that summons like a demon or something, and he's shocking people as they run by. So, there is that aspect of it. It's just, it looks a little different because this is treasure hunting and things like that. So, but anyways, I don't really have too much else to say without spoiling. I already kind of spoiled too much. But really stoked, and it's really been eating up my time, and it probably will continue for quite a while. So expect my my games list to go down for the next few weeks at least.
Yeah, like I'm excited to play it. So what have you picked up recently? Any games? Any consoles?
Yeah,
like that?
My pickup list goes on, and my wife is just always thrilled at me. I've been good though. I've been good. I've kept the amount down. Couple things. One I've already touched on. If you're watching on live stream, I always like to show just so you guys can see what it looks like in case you want to hunt it down. I picked up this Donkey Kong Land on Game Boy.
Oh snap!
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The yellow caught my eye. I thought it was Pokemon Pikachu edition, so it wasn't. But yeah, it'll catch your eye. It's yellow. I think all three of them are pretty cool. So I've already talked at length about that. The next thing I picked up, Matt, I picked this up with you. You and I went to a flea market game shop, didn't we?
Yeah.
So there's a pretty sweet smaller flea market near our houses, and we went on Sunday. We decided we would try to pick up some rare stuff. Matt got the best find of the week, by the way. He'll get to that in a minute. It was pretty freaking awesome, and I'm jealous as fuck. But anyways, I picked up Extreme G2 for the Nintendo 64. Matt, you reminded me about this. It didn't even catch my eye. I didn't really remember it until you said something. But pretty cool little Tron-esque kind of racer jumping kind of like kind of game. Pretty cool. Claim made it. They were still pretty decent back then, so pretty cool. Check it out if you haven't. It's a good pickup game. It's good for like kids, things like that.
It's a fun co-op game too to race against other people.
Yeah, it does the split screen stuff like you expect on a 64. It takes real good advantage of the console, just like it should. So thanks for reminding me about that, Matt. That one was pretty freaking solid. The other thing I actually picked up a while ago, I actually forgot to mention it, but I think it's worth mentioning, is Turok Dinosaur Hunter on the Nintendo 64 as well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Matt, you played the shit out of this, huh?
The first one. I never played Turok 2, but I know I played the hell out of the first one.
Yeah.
God, that game was hard.
Hard, it might even be an understatement, but it's not hard to the point where you stop playing it. You might stop for a little bit, but you want to come back to that shit and slay that fucking raptor in the throat. So, pretty good, man. It's kind of a shoot. It is a shooter. Let's be honest. It's a shooter, and you're slaying fucking dinosaurs. But really advanced for the time. Some of the best graphics were some of the Turok games, I think, as far as shooters went on the system, man. What else? What else did I pick up? Okay, so this was exciting and cool, but it turned into a bummer. But recently, it's turned into a cool thing again. You guys have heard me say that I need to pick up an NES. I've been emulating, like you can see up here with my 1942. That's emulated on the Wii. I did pick up a original NES. Shout out to Donald. He hooked that up to me for free. But of course, I realized why is because it's got the blinking light of death going on. But no worries there, because that's almost always attributed to the 72-pin connector inside being bad, which they're readily available and they're about $20 to pick up if you just want to swap it out. All you need is a Phillips screwdriver. It takes about 3 minutes. It's not a big deal, and that should fix it. The other thing is the security lockout chip. You can disable it by cutting one of the pins, or you can do what I'm going to do. And Matt, I think I talked to you about this earlier this week. Basically, I've got, so I found this thing, and it's called Blinking Light Win. And what it is it actually, it kind of modifies the unit a little bit. It's totally reversible, but some people might not like it. I explained it to my wife, and she's not happy about it. She wants me to get a traditional 72-pin replacement. But yeah, she's like, that's the whole point of the regular Nintendo, is pushing the game down. So the Blinking Light Win kind of stops that. It replaces the loading tray, and it also replaces a 72-pin connector. The original ones, they kind of cause it, you have to bend it sort of to, when you put it in, it makes a connection, and when you put it down, it makes the other set of connections, and that's why they get wore out, is because the pins are constantly being bent. So you replace the tray, and you replace the connector with and the cartridge just ends up just sliding straight in and out from there on out. But it'll never go bad again, unless you physically break it somehow. And so, Matt, the difference between a Famicom game and an NES game is Famicom is 60-pin, NES is 72-pin. Those extra 12 pins are strictly for the region lockout. So they're not, you don't have to use them. So basically this thing, what it does is it just disables those pins and turns it back to a 60-pin. So if your lockout chip is giving you problems, if it's not the 72-pin connector, it's the lockout chip, and you don't feel comfortable disabling it, just get this. It stops it. And now your console is modded. It's region free. You can play bootleg games, whatever you want in there, and you fix the stupid blinking light of death. Best part is it's $10 more than a regular 72-pin connector replacement. It's $29.
That's awesome.
$29. Like, it's a no-brainer. So
damn.
Yeah. So I'll be ordering that here in the next day or two. I'll give a full review on how that worked out and everything. But bit of good retro knowledge for you guys there, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's pretty awesome.
That's about it for my pickups, Matt. Do you want to go into some of the stuff that you grabbed?
Yes, and I would like to direct your attention to the screen.
Okay.
The first game that I picked up. Let's just give a little hint. See if our people can guess it here.
Okay. I'm on a hell of a delay, so I might be a little late.
Look, I'm going to put you in the middle of the screen, so...
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I don't see it, Matt. It's not there yet. It's not there. Wow, that is a bad delay. We need to get this sorted out.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, we do.
There. Oh, okay. So something pulled up. I see a... What is that?
This is The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring for PlayStation 2.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so this game is really terrible. And
well, terrible how?
It's actually not that bad of a game. I mean, they try to follow the actual, because this is actually based on the books, not the movie at all.
Okay.
So they tried their hardest to try to follow the books as best they can, but they just had some really weird dialogue. If you ever read the books, there's a character they meet called Tom Bombadil, who is like
Bless you.
Guy. He's this guy who's not affected by the One Ring at all, and he's in the game, and it's just very weird pacing and dialogue. So
he could not affected, like he could put the ring on and
yeah,
be cool. Like,
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
he wouldn't disappear, nothing. But I mean, that's in the books. But what's weird, the one thing I can remember with this game is the dialogue. Is after they meet him, they're all huddled around a campfire, and then they're just like they start talking like, "Oh yeah, Tom Bombadil, he was weird or whatever." Like, I wonder why he wasn't affected by the ring. And then all of a sudden, they're just like, "Oh, let's cook bacon," as if like nothing happens. It's just very a weird tone.
Did a Japanese studio make this game?
I don't fucking know.
They do some weird shit like that, man. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, the graphics don't look terrible for PS2, looking at the screenshot here, man. I mean, look, there's leaves on the trees and shit. Honestly, and don't get mad at me, but it's kind of close to World of Warcraft looking from what I can see. It might be different when you actually play it, but it doesn't look bad.
I'd say more EverQuest 2 than anything.
Actually, you hit it on... Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
But no, I mean, like I said, it's not that bad of a game. It's just... I mean, compared to the two movie games they came out with, The Two Towers and Return of the King, this game just sucks compared to them. But I mean, it's not that bad, and I remember playing it and loving it because I love everything.
Lord of the Rings.
I love love everything Lord of the Rings. But I mean,
that makes sense.
It's pretty easy too. Yeah, it was only like $2, I think. So yeah,
if you're into Lord of the Rings, I mean, you got to have it. Yeah, at least there's a story there to continue in that realm, you know.
So the next game I got, this is actually a game that you gave me, and I personally have never played this. And it's SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs.
The first one, which is it's a little rough. I thought it was 2 when we bought it, but still, nonetheless, pretty cool.
I haven't actually tried it yet or anything like that, but hopefully this weekend, if I get some time, I bought some extra surge protectors to be able to hook up all my systems, and I got an HDMI switch.
Kick-ass, dude. Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice, bro. Hell yeah.
And so I'm hoping to have all my systems hooked up and just to get everything all situated so I can actually have my PS2 back, my Xbox back, and just start playing some awesome games.
Dude, the more readily available they are, the more likely you are to pick them up and play them, man. Because like when you I gotta hook it up or I gotta hunt the power cord down, like you're never gonna play it. Since I got the retro room going, man, like it's you just turn something on and play it. You know, you'll like it. It'll help, man, for sure. First of all, hold on. So Moho called me a racist for saying Japanese. Eat shit. It's not my fault that their culture's weird and I don't understand it because I'm an American. So I don't hate the Japanese in any way, but they do some weird shit. I'm just saying we probably do weird shit to them, but for sure they're fucking weird. But anyways, Matt, I digress. So go ahead, man. This next one is the win. Fuck, man, it might be the win of the quarter, bro. Like, this is solid, man.
Yeah, so I also, at that flea market, picked up a Game Boy Advance SP, and I'd never personally had one. I never had a Game Boy Advance or an SP. I stopped with the Game Boy Color, because by the time the Advance came out, I think we were, middle school, high school or something? We were just sort of like, screw handheld games.
Yeah, we had better shit to do with PCs and shit like that. I agree.
And PlayStations.
Yep, for sure. For sure.
And so I finally picked one up for $30, and it came with a charger. And
tell everybody the brilliance of what we missed on this and what's so critically important about this, and how stupid we are for never having one before.
How it's lit up?
Yes, it's so key. It sounds so simple, but so important.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is, and I've been playing it at night, right before I go to bed, and I didn't know that the little button in the middle, that's actually turns the light on and off. I had no idea about that. I guess that saves battery.
The fuck would you want to do that for?
Save battery?
No, fuck. Oh, what? So you got to fucking play in the direct sunlight? No. That shit.
Yeah.
I'm cutting that button out next time I see it, Matt. That's fucking stupid.
Sometimes you want to go retro.
No, you don't. No. When I get one of those, I'm probably going to do a video of me flushing my Game Boy Color down the toilet because, it's so brutal, dude. Like, the same light that I have on to do this podcast is the only way I can play the fucking Game Boy Color. And then to see the colors, you still have to hold it at, like, a really fucking twisted-ass angle and your wrists start hurting. And it's like, I don't know how he did it. So, I need...
Yeah, I know. Dude, I don't know how we did it, because I remember when you bought that Game Boy Color and I tried it, and I'm just thinking, like, how the fuck did we play this?
You were thinking in your head, like, you're
seriously.
fucking stupid. I know you were, bro. I know you were.
Not stupid. Just I was just more like, how did we enjoy this? I mean, but then we had nothing to compare it to, though. Like when I play my 3DS, I'm so spoiled. Even when I play the regular DS,
Yeah.
I'm spoiled as hell.
Oh God, yeah, massively. I mean, on the, I don't know if it would work on the DS, but I know on like the DSi. I mean, like I had Mario 64 on that shit. You know what I mean? Like, talk about being spoiled. We could play backlit Nintendo 64 era games, you know, in our handheld. So yeah, I get you, man. I get you. So I'm sorry, Matt. You might have said it, but did you say how much you paid for that?
$30. $30.
Now that was
for that
racist, Moho. That was racist. I want to point that shit out.
$30. How do you know that's not how I say this?
Like
how do you know
Cartman.
that's not how I say $30?
Like Cartman, $30.
God.
I'm quoting South Park. No, but anyways, yeah, $30. So just so everybody knows, they go for about 50 for the good ones and good condition, and sometimes they don't even have a fucking charger for 50. So everybody, jump Matt in the street and fucking steal that shit, because it is. I hate him, and I want one, and I was nice because he said he wanted one first. I thought about snaking that shit while we were there, but I figured we wouldn't have a podcast anymore, so I refrained.
No, dude, I can get you those guys' email, and you can just, because I've always emailed them, you know, like, hey, do you have this week or whatever? Just email them, and if they have another one, pick it up. Just go and pick it up.
Dude, I did not realize you had their email. Yeah, send me that shit, or put it in the share drive or something. Yeah, dude, I want one badly. I mean, you can see on the back screen here, I actually don't think I mentioned it. I picked up the yellow Pokemon, Pokemon Yellow Pikachu Edition, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but whatever. And I want to play it portably. I refuse to do it on the Game Boy Color, so I'm kind of fucked until that happens. So, and I'm not going to play it on the Super Nintendo because, you know, that's not how you're supposed to do it. You know what I mean? Like, nah.
Yeah.
Pass.
Now, the one thing I don't like about playing Game Boy games on the Advance SP is, since the Game Boy games stick out so much, it just feels a little, I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It just feels a little awkward.
Oh, and they stick out the bottom too, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
I mean, it's a very small thing to, you know, be pissy about, but it's, you know,
I kind of still don't care.
I just like that it plays it.
Yeah, I
Dude,
still don't care.
I'm looking at a Game Boy Advance right now, a black one with the charger, and they're selling it for almost $70.
What? Oh man,
Yeah.
I need to get one soon, son, because I'm not about to pay $100 for one of those, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll get you their email and just frickin' just blast them and say, hey, yo, you got another Game Boy Advance SP? I want one.
Yeah, please, man, because I'm for sure going to be in that boat for sure. Yeah, Moho's saying 70. He's even blown away by that. Yeah, that seems extreme to me, man, for sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, pleasant surprise. I've never played a Pokemon game in my what do they call that shit? Fucking Super Game Boy. It automatically diverted to the Pikachu outline around the edge, which that's that's kind of cool. Which brings me,
yeah, because I remember.
Go ahead.
I just remember they did that for certain games. When you put them in the Super Game Boy,
they were like the later games that were out after the Super Game Boy was made available. Yeah, that makes sense. That brings me to a point, though, Matt. Does this on the Game Boy Advance SP? The screen's a little bit widescreen, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
but it doesn't make the Game Boy games widescreen though.
It does it. You have bars on the sides essentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, all right, but it's still more or less at least the same size, if not maybe slightly bigger than the original Game Boy.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. Well, that's doable as long as it doesn't stretch it and shit. I didn't even think about that until I was looking on the screen and saw that behind me. I'm like, wait a minute, what about resolution on that? Okay, well that's cool. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
So, real quick before we forget about the SOCOM thing, Matt and I are going to try to get a LAN game together for the old SOCOM. See if we can find some way to multiplayer up. I'm doing the fist bump knuckle shit on here. See if we can get that to happen. That might be pretty fun, man. I played SOCOM 3 not too long ago to kind of just test out my component cable hookup on it, and it's brutally fucking old. But could be some fun there. Could be some laughs. You know, we'll try and have a good time, and I'll try to like live stream it or something. Maybe just set up like a webcam pointed at the screen, kind of ghetto. I don't know. It might be funny just to watch us or something. So, but anyways, yeah, keep an eye out for that. That's going to happen.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I think so.
Invite me to that LAN party that you and I are going to be a part of.
That LAN party. We might have to do it locally, though.
LAN.
We might have to do it locally, unless your networking ass can make a VPN for us or something. But I don't think either of our peasant routers can handle that. So.
Yeah, no.
Really?
I mean, well, you could always do, what is it, the Hamachi, which creates like, is it Hamachi?
That sounds right. I know what you're talking about. I guess.
Oh, Hamachi was bought by Logmein. Fuck, so you got to pay for it now.
Fucking Logmein. Don't even get me started on that. I can go on for days about them and their lack of a fucking mobile app, by the way.
Well, actually, Hamachi is just for computers. You wouldn't be able to, like, actually connect networks. So, never mind. That's all right. I forgot about it.
Moho said that he was willing to pay $70 for Phantasy Star 2 on the second Sega system. That'd be Sega Genesis, or that'd be the Mega Drive everywhere else in the world. Those games are expensive, so $70 is fair. I would pay that for sure if you're into them. Anyways. So, what else we got, Matt? We got. I guess we can move on to news now. We've covered all of our new shit.
True that.
What do we got? We got a few things going on. You want to start, Matt, with one of your topics?
Yeah, let's talk about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was announced.
So stoked.
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not. No, I'm not stoked at all about it.
What?
No, I'm not.
Motherfucker, I want to fly a biplane and crash it into a motherfucker. Come on, dude.
No, you're thinking of Battlefield 1.
I am, fuck.
I'm talking about...
I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah. Goddamn, you're right.
No, Battlefield 1 looks badass as hell, but Call of Duty Infinite Warfare...
That's that space shit, right?
Yeah, and I mean, every series seems to be going a little bit further and further into the future, and while it's not a bad thing, it's almost becoming... It's sort of like they're melding the ideas together and just throwing up whatever seems cool.
I think they think like, well, where do we go from here? You know, do we go back to World War II? I think that the whole Battlefield thing was a little bit more visionary. Fuck World War II. Let's go to World War I. Nobody's really done that to success yet. So they might be onto something. But yeah, the whole space shit, I mean, it's been done though too, hadn't it?
Yeah.
Like to death.
I mean, it hasn't been done in Call of Duty.
No, not in Call of Duty.
Per se.
No.
But, I mean, I think the only thing that is really enticing people to buy this game is if you buy, like, the Collector's Edition or Legacy Edition or whatever the hell it's called, is you also get a copy of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered. So... Oh,
that's right, with HD graphics and shit. That's right, I heard that.
And it'll still have the multiplayer, because Modern Warfare 1 was one of the better Call of Duties.
I agree.
I agree. When it first came out, it blew me away. It was really good. So I think, and they're not selling the Call of Duty 4 HD remaster separate. You have to buy the Collector's or Legacy Edition with Infinite Warfare, and that's just a ploy to have them, get your money out of it.
Yeah,
and it's just
I almost want to buy it though for that, Matt. I think that'd be fun, man. I really do.
It would be, but I mean, who's to say that they're not going to sell it separately, like 6 months after, Infinite Warfare comes out?
I don't know if I want to take that gamble though. I want to see that shit in HD and I want to play it. Did they say it's going to do multiplayer?
I think so.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, Matt, we gotta play that shit, dude.
Yeah, but it's like $110 if you.
For a shitty ass space fucking Call of Duty, just to get the fucking old one. Yeah.
And you know me, I'm usually excited about every Call of Duty. Even Call of Duty Ghost I was excited about, even though it turned out to be one of the worst Call of Duties I've ever played. This one, it's just, I am not excited about at all. It looks like complete and utter shit.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, bro. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Well,
and I hope I'm proven wrong.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know. I just don't have much hope, though.
Whatever, bro. It is what it is. Well, so hold on. So with this Call of Duty shit, is there going to be like? Are you going to be able to like pilot like any type of space vehicles or anything like that? I haven't like seriously looked into it. I've only kind of heard everybody kind of talk about it a little bit. What do you know?
From what I know, you're only going to be able to pilot space vehicles in the single player campaign.
All right, fuck that game.
And yeah, it's just going to be the same old Call of Duty multiplayer.
Like all the new shit too, like where they're running on walls and shit. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, that got old in Black Ops 3, the running on walls and shit. I feel like Advanced Warfare did it fine, where you just had like the double jump or something, or a small little rocket boost, and that's it.
Yeah, that was perfect, actually. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. The running on walls and the flying or whatever, whatever.
Major League Gaming, that's kind of the standard right now, isn't it? Black Ops 3? Isn't that what I'm constantly seeing everybody streaming and throwing up? Yeah. Pretty much. I can't get into that, dude. I don't know. And I played a shitload of Call of Duties. I don't know. I don't like the direction it's going, man. I think you and I both are going to be on that Battlefield, if anything.
Oh, yeah. So that's another thing I wanted to bring up was Battlefield 1 was announced. And I really thought at first, when I was first watching the trailer, I didn't know what exact era of war they were going with until, they showed the biplanes.
World War I, baby. Trench warfare, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. And I can't think of a game, especially a AAA game, that has done World War I. I mean, I'm sure there's been some indie games or some lesser-known games that have done World War I, but nothing to this big of scale.
Yeah, you're right. There has, like I said, there has been some stuff that some groups or some developers, things like that have done it, but not to success or to scale. You're absolutely right. My thing with this is, if they don't have the tri-bladed knives, I'm gonna return it. Because
tri-bladed knives?
Yeah. You haven't seen that? It's like so in World War I and even kind of prior to that, they had instead of like your normal knife, it might be two blades. Like it might be sharpened on both sides. It's flat, like a piece of paper or something, but each side is sharpened. Well, think about it like almost like I don't know, like a triangle formation almost, where you've got three of them essentially. Well, this was kind of put in the Geneva Convention that we can't use these. Like, nobody can use these because they couldn't stitch people up because you're getting cut like three different ways when you're getting stabbed, and it just made a huge mess. And it was basically like, if you got hit with one of these, it might be the end of it for you, So there was like no hope at all. But and not that I'm some weird masochist or anything like that, but like I'm a stickler for accuracy. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna stab somebody in the face in a video game, it had better be with that tri-bladed knife. That's all I'm saying. Rest my case.
Yeah, I just sent you a link on Skype. I want to see if that's what you're talking about.
Okie dokie. Let me fumble my way through. I see your little message bubble. Sort of. Is that one twisted? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's next level fucked up. I don't know that they were doing that back then, but that's a real fucking dark and demonic. Yeah, I'm looking at it now, Matt. That is pretty fucking gnarly. But yeah, basically that's it. Maybe we'll throw a pickup or something like that on the Twitter feed for everybody to take a look at what we're talking about. But yeah, I mean, these things were Geneva Convention outlawed just because, they couldn't sew you up. Yeah, it's brutal shit, man. Brutal, absolutely brutal. But anyways, that's going to be the make or break for me. So everybody mark me down for that.
So they better have those knives, or I'm
gonna return it.
Never, yeah. So I just put up on the screen like one of the picture of the knives we were looking at.
Oh, cool. So anybody that's listening to this in audio format, if you go to our YouTube channel and skip ahead to somewhere in the hour and 25-minute mark, you'll see that. But yeah. So Battlefield 1 looks pretty cool. They got like the old school tanks and shit. Do you see all that?
Oh yeah. No, dude, it's dude, I hope there's gonna be plenty of mustard gas going around.
Oh God.
Gonna fucking chemical warfare, motherfuckers.
As twisted as you are, next level past me. I agree. I agree. It better have that shit. I want a mustard gas grenade. I know they didn't have them, but I want it. Like,
oh dude, and they have the clubs or the maces or whatever too, and there's gonna be horses in the game.
There is gonna be fucking horses. I saw that, dude. Oh man, this is gonna be so good. This is gonna be the best.
Yeah,
dude, you can just run by and decapitate somebody, bro. Oh,
so I guess we're getting this game and not Call of Duty.
I mean, I think we knew that as soon as they said the new one was gonna be based in fucking space, man. So I think they closed the deal right there.
I mean, if they're going to make a Call of Duty in space, I think they should make a Star Wars Infinite Warfare.
No. We already have Battlefront, dude.
No. Yeah, but there's no space battles.
Nah, bro, I got it. Call of Duty, the next generation. Get Picard, fucking Riker, Data, Geordi. Get the whole crew. Crusher,
Troy.
Yeah, Troy. And let's do some fucking murking in space, all right? Like, I want phasers and shit. Everybody, I know there's fucking plenty of FPS Star Trek shit out there. But Call of Duty, the next gen, I'm just saying I'd be more interested in that than I am what the fuck you're spinning out right now. So, anyways, we're jumping in Doc Brown's time machine, Matt and I, and we're gonna bet our money on Battlefield. So... eat shit, Call of Duty. And Matt is a fucking huge Call of Duty fan, so I hope you're happy. Crushed him.
Yeah. It just... And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope that when it comes out, it's going to be awesome. But I don't know, man. I'm just not having that high of hopes. I'm not that big of a Battlefield fan, but Battlefield 1 has just got me so pumped because I want to go back. I'm tired of the future. I'm tired of modern. I think it's the perfect time to go back to World War I or II.
Oh, dude, I completely agree. And like the future shit has been going on for too long in these games. Like look at Nuketown, right? Like how it looks now. There's like Android set up instead of mannequins and shit. Like, am I the only one that longs for when it was like back when it was like Nuketown was supposed to be a model of like the 40s and 50s, actual Nuketowns that they did. Like, they wouldn't do that again. You know what? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm done with the future. I agree, man. Like, we're going way the fuck far back this time, I think.
Dude, then we need to go back to Civil War. And, no, we've already talked about that. Civil War and American Revolution. All right, we'll all just stand in a line and shoot, and hopefully we hit someone.
The Revolution, no, we were cheating assholes, and that's why we won. We hid in the fucking woods and shit and took them out. Guerrilla warfare was born there, so I'd be down with that too, but it'd probably be pretty boring, because, I mean, if you think about it, like, fuck, I spawned as a fucking British soldier, I'm in a line. Oh, I'm out. Somebody shot me in the kneecap with a musket.
Oh, I accidentally shot. Now I need to spend, a minute reloading.
It's like you have to put the contra code in to fucking reload your fucking weapon each time after you shoot it. That'd be a terrible game.
Oh, dude, got this. American Revolution, but they based the combat off The Patriot with Mel Gibson. and then you have these like rages that, you get killed so many times and you can unlock a rage or
what,
something.
a racial rage where you just start spitting slurs and shit?
No.
I thought you were alluding to where he flipped out on his ex-wife or whatever.
No, oh God, I forgot about that.
That crazy.
No, I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about in the movie, like when his son got killed and he went and killed all those British guys with just 2 tomahawks, and just fucked everybody up, and like you just go.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, yeah, that would work. What game was that? That was Assassin's Creed 3 was sort of like that. It did take a little while to reload, but much faster than it would in real life. So maybe they have kind of been there, man. Maybe they have, and we played it, and it was meh. I mean, it was fun.
Probably.
Assassin's Creed 3 was fun to like jump off the top of like the tallest tower and put a tomahawk through somebody's chest. I mean, that was pretty epic. I'll give them that. But yeah, I think that has been done actually. So maybe World War I is the final past frontier for warfare. So moving on, I think we beat that shit to death. We've got this one kind of hurts me. It was a Kotaku post, and they were talking about the negative review that went out there. So I'm not happy about that. Somebody gave it a shit review because it sounded like strictly because everybody else was giving it such rave reviews, they were kind of butthurt. Look, I'm all about giving an honest review of a game. I prefer those actually, especially like when Fallout 4 came out, everybody was, raving. And then there were a couple that didn't they didn't badmouth it or bash it, but they gave it a more honest angle. And when I played it, it honestly fit their review, to me at least. And it's a great game. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not trying to knock it, but I don't think it's like a 10 out of 10 or a 9.5 out of 10. I really don't. I think it's a lot of marks.
Definitely not.
I think previous ones were done much better. But when I saw a review that gave it like an 80%, basically, I felt, that nails it. And then they kind of got everybody kind of beat up on them for that. Well, I don't feel like this is that. I think that if you actually are into games and you sit down and play the new Uncharted, there's no way it doesn't give somewhat of a fair review, a higher fair review than what they gave it. I think they gave it like a 60%, basically, like a 6 out of 10 or something like that. And I just...
A 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10, even worse. 40%. There's no way. On graphics alone, you get to 40%, okay? Then if you add in the fucking... I don't think there's another game that's acted out any better. That the screenplay, the writing, the way it's acted out, and all that, I don't think there's another game out that even fucking comes close, Matt. So put that up, so you're already at 40 from the graphics. That automatically, I'm going to give it another 40 for that. You're already at 80. If you hate everything else about the game, it's fucking impossible. And I know I'm a fanboy of the game. And honestly, if it sucked, I would tell you. Like, I don't like Uncharted 1. Like, I like the story of it. I think it's shit. And if I would have ever played that first, I probably would have never played the rest of the series. Okay, I'm being honest there. There's my fair bit about it. But Uncharted 4 is so well done that I don't see how you're going to get a 4 out of fucking 10. Who was it that wrote that review, Matt? I can't pull it up on my phone for some reason. It's giving me shit.
His name's Michael Thompson.
Fuck you, Michael Thompson, you fucking asshole. Give an honest review, all right? If you think it's 80%, say it. It's not 40. There's no way. 40% is like... God damn, dude, I don't know. Like, I can't even think of a game that was that bad, Matt. There's games behind me right now that I hate that I would probably give at least a 45 to, So anyways, it pissed me off. He just did it to he did it to drive fucking clicks to a site, and it worked.
Of course.
It's clickbait. It's fucking ignorant. Matt is flicking the shit off. I don't know if it's me or if it's this Michael dude.
It's the Michael dude.
So, but anyways, so, and well-deserved, eat shit, man. It's a good game. Quit being a tool bag. So
Triple B
indeed, all day, man. So anyways, that's my rant on that. Again, like, I've seen some slightly, not as praising reviews of Uncharted, and you know what? Some of their points are dead on, and I kind of nitpick them as I play through, and I kind of wish I wouldn't have read them because of how on point they were. So anyways, that's that. So the other thing is Matt, did you watch the video about the Sega game tester that was going around that I told you about?
You told me about it, but no, I haven't watched
You've got to. Oh, my 90s, bro. Holy shit, dude. So go ahead and kind of pull it up and just kind of get you like a visual so you can kind of get the feel of like the...
let me put that on.
Yeah. So check that out. So I actually got this from the Reddit slash, I think it's Retro Gaming. It wasn't their post. It was actually from Sega Bits. They did a thing on it. It was just a link in the Retro Gaming section of Reddit. But so Sega Bits posted this up. It was only on Vimeo at first, but it's actually on YouTube and everything now. And I suggest watching it there. Vimeo had a problem streaming it for me on multiple devices. So, but basically, it's called. Oh shoot, I don't have the title listed here. I think it's called what is it? Sega the Test or something like that.
This is Sega.
This is Sega
titled
Test. Sorry.
Trainumentary.
Right. So this is cool. This is kind of like a video that they would show new hires back in the day at the quality team, essentially for Sega over in California.
Holy
it's
fuck,
from
this is 90s.
96. Oh, it's so 90s, bro. It's the best. So this is really cool though, because even though it's fucking cheese as all hell, it's badly edited. It's everything you'd expect.
Someone just walked in the building holding a box of Cheerios.
Oh yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Oh yeah, dude. So it gets better, right? So they, first of all, I guess they can get away with it because it was an internal video, but they have like legit soundtrack on this, Matt. There's like fucking Nirvana, fucking Alice in Chains, I think I heard in there. Like there's some actual like legit songs thrown in there. And I guess because it was internal, they didn't expect it to ever go out, that they can get away with that, copyrighted music and shit. So the soundtrack is actually very 90s and it's really good, but it's so bad that it's good. And it does give you an idea. I know they're all kind of acting in front of the camera, but you do see like the tech that they're dealing with and the things that were commonplace back then. Like they didn't even have computers in their cubes. I don't know if you noticed that, Matt. If you're looking, they have a game test system station, but they don't have computers. So they keep showing them when they find a bug in the game, they have to go over to like the computer center. They have like this like whole row of PCs and punch them in there, and they're all like one finger in it and shit because it's 96. Nerds playing video games couldn't type back then. So it's really crazy to see like how far it's come and how different it is. And it's cool too because like at the end you'll see them like this is really high tech, man. I didn't realize they were doing this back in the 90s, Matt, but when they had a problem with it with a game, right, with a version that they spit out and that they were testing and it needed to be changed, they would literally get on the phone with the developers. They would tell the programmers what it was. They would fix it, and then through their ancient modem technology, they would send and I say that as nicely as I can, with like their 14.4 modem, they would send it over, and then they would download it, at the Sega Test Center, and they would put them. There was this lady, like, she would not look like somebody that knows how to fucking burn ROMs, okay? She would sit there and just load all these chips, bro, and it would do like a bunch of them at a time, and they would burn them to ROMs on these like live boards that are probably about 3 times as long as like a Sega Genesis cartridge, actually. And they were socketed, so they could just put the chips in and out, you know what I mean, for development. And then they go around handing them out to everybody because they need to get this game out. There's some rush or whatever. And it was like a shitty sports game. It wasn't even anything good. And it's really cool to see that. Like, they were burning ROMs. Like, they were telling developers were sending it to them electronically. They were burning ROMs on site and handing them out to the testers. Pretty fucking cool stuff. I was super enlightened by that. Matt, are you watching it now?
I was watching it a little bit. I don't know if you're seeing the stream, but your video cut out.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I mean, it says it's good on my end. I don't know why I'm cut out on your end. It says I'm broadcasting to you. I don't want to hang up and end this, so we'll just roll with it. If it happens, then whatever. But I apologize, guys. We actually are in talks, Matt and I, of coming up with a better way to do these videos. In the next couple podcasts, we'll have it out. So apologies on that. But yeah, it was really crazy. Another shocking thing was I guess smoking was like super corporately acceptable back then, or just maybe in general, because there's like so many gratuitous shots of these people taking smoke breaks and like hanging out on the lawn out front and just smoking. And it's like, wow, you're telling your employees it's okay to smoke. It's just a different time, I guess. I don't know. It was really, really cool watch. Check it out. It's on YouTube or Vimeo. You can find it by searching the name. Pretty cool shit. Definitely neat to watch. It's about a half hour long. I watched the whole thing because I'm a nerd like that. But whatevs. So, what else we got, Matt? Anything here?
We have
got a couple things here.
Let's see. Yeah, we've got, what is this? A 6,000 piece Lego replica of Halo 5's rocket launcher?
Yeah, so I put
holy fuck.
Yeah. I put that in there because we put the BFG 9000 in one of our previous episodes. So somebody went and made a 6,000 piece replica of the Halo 5 rocket launcher. And it's pretty good. That's what it is. When you look at it, it's just it does not let you down at all, just like the BFG. Pretty epic, man. It's cool. It looks heavy as shit. This one weighs a little bit less than the other one. I think it's like 17 pounds or something like that. Really neat. I found it on Kotaku. Just Google it. 6,000 piece Halo rocket replica. You'll find it. Really neat. I just, like I said, I put it up because we kind of touched on this before.
Dude, that's just insane.
The detail's good, right?
Like, how do they keep this together? Do they glue the pieces on or something? Or
they've got to be, at least some of them, right? Like the core stuff.
Yeah, because I can just see myself like accidentally dropping this and just shattering to millions of pieces.
Oh, bro, like you make anything much bigger than about a foot in Legos, their own weight will sometimes break them apart. So yeah, they've got to be gluing some of that shit or something. I mean, they do that shit at like Legoland and stuff. They glue all that stuff. So I'm sure they are. But yeah, really cool. Check it out if you guys are interested. If you feel so inclined, it's pretty neat. It's cool to look at. I think the last thing that we have to talk about as far as news is concerned, Matt, I threw this in here. This guy completed the new Doom on the hardest difficulty without dying once, and he streamed the whole thing.
Shit!
Yeah, Unreal Tournament reference right there.
I call, yeah. I call lies.
Well,
I don't know if I
Matt, it's 4 hours and 47 minutes long. You're welcome to watch the whole thing if you want. I watched a good half hour of it today, and I skipped around just to make sure. I think he did it, bro. I really do.
All right, so tomorrow at work, this is all I'm doing. Do not bother me. Don't tell me, the network is down and it needs fixing. No, I'm watching this guy play Doom.
Fair enough, dude. You know what? I'm coming to your cube and we're watching it, dude, together, because I want to know, too.
Actually, fuck that. I'd rather just go play Doom.
Let's go in the server room and let's play Doom then all day tomorrow.
Dude, on what? We have nothing good to play it on.
We got fucking racks and racks of high-powered servers. Bring your video card.
Just bring the video card. That's it.
So Moho in the chat's calling shenanigans. I mean, I'd like to say shenanigans as well, but I mean, Kotaku featured it and I watched it. Like it looks legit, man. He's got his shit dialed in, Matt. Like he's really good. Like what we were talking about earlier, how like once you learn the game and the levels and stuff, it's that's what he's done. He's played through it enough times that he's just got it that dialed in. He comes close to dying a couple times, but for the most part, he's got it, man. He's really got it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pretty cool. So we don't really have much else for news today. We'll go ahead and touch on challenges. Neither one of us are ready to disclose our challenge results yet, simply because, Matt, you have not given me the game to play.
Fuck, I completely forgot. Dude, oh man. Okay.
So
I'm gonna Yeah.
So I haven't started my challenge yet because I don't have it. And actually, you know what, Matt? They had it at the flea market. I don't know if you noticed, but it was $12, and I only had like $12 cash on me. And I don't know that the game's any good, so I didn't. I didn't want to blow it all on that if it's a shitty game, so I figured I'd borrow it from you first.
Yeah.
So that's, I could have had it, guys, but I didn't. Matt, what's happening with you with Tinshu, bro?
Oh yeah, it's totally fucking. I hate it. God,
Oh my God.
I can't even beat the first level.
You-
Yeah. Well, I've only actually played it for about 30 minutes, only once.
Long enough to totally just piss you the hell off, right?
Yet the controls are atrocious in that game.
That's an understatement.
They are, dude. It's worse because I remember the controls in Resident Evil 1 were pretty bad.
Terrible.
This is worse.
Well, hold on. You didn't realize that you can hold a button and change your camera angle, though. So when you go back at it, that might help you a lot.
Yeah.
So, guys, I get a text Saturday at 7:36 p.m. Fuck Tenchu. Fucking stupid graphics and terrible controls. Can't even beat the first level. Not giving up yet. I said, laugh my ass off. Hearing that warms my heart.
Just fuck that.
He says, I hate stealth games so much, especially ones that have the shittiest controls you can imagine. So that was really good to hear because Matt has beat me on... he completed one more challenge than I have and gave me a game that was brutally a pain in my ass to fucking master. So I'm so elated to hear that he's having such hard times with Tinshu. So we may do a supplemental podcast in between, possibly, and it would be super short. It'd just be us talking about our challenges, or we might save them for the next week's podcast. I don't know yet, but we will get on that.
Just,
guys.
I need time right now, and that's what I don't have.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, you especially, man. With your fucking crazy work hours, man, it's ridiculous. But
yeah, I know, right? Punk ass Brian,
man. Anyways, that's all I got, Matt. You got anything else you want to add?
No, not much else. If you're into Magic the Gathering, you can check out my other podcast, Magic with Zuby. Just released my latest episode, and I interviewed another pro player. That's my second pro player. Her name is Emma Handy, and we had 2.5 hour long podcast about just talking about everything. So implore people to check that out.
Definitely check it out. Again, guys, the interviews are epic. You had one that went for how long the other day, Matt?
Oh, my episode that's coming out next week.
Oh, sorry, spoilers. Spoilers.
Well, it's coming out next week, and it is almost 4 hours long.
Yeah, so that's the longest one to date for either of us, and yeah, by far.
I don't recommend doing that again because holy crap.
You're welcome very much, Moho. Thanks for joining us. We will follow us on Twitter, at VCR Gaming. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything at VCR Gaming. Watch the Twitter feed. Catch us next time we go live next week. And
where can they download us?
Man, you can download our asses everywhere. We are on Google Play, which I found out, Matt, why we're not putting links out is because it's only in the app on the actual like tablets and phones and stuff for Android. But we are in there. We're there. We're approved. We're there. So Google Play, iTunes. Please, if you're listening, rate us on iTunes. Leave us a review. Helps us out greatly. You can also get us on Stitcher. We're on Stitcher. Look us up. Super easy. We put the link every time we go live with an episode. Also, we're on Shout Engine. That's our source. Actually, our RSS feed is there. If you want the RSS feed, email us. It's the only thing that's not at VCR Gaming. It's VCR Gaming podcast at gmail.com. We would be happy to send you the RSS feed. Matt's throwing up gang signs, probably going to get us hunted down tomorrow. But yeah, check us out there. If you want to use your own podcast app, we'd be happy to give you the RSS feed. It's just as good as anything else, really. But we're everywhere. You can find us everywhere. There's no excuse why you're not subscribed. Yeah. Did I miss anything? Matt, did you give all your personal stuff out?
Oh, yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Zubatron, Zubatron. You can... Yeah, my other Magic with Zuby, at Magic with Zuby. Yeah, no, that's about it. Oh, any game IDs, it's Zubatron, Zubatron.
PSN, what have you.
Everywhere.
What is that? That's fucking all that shit, yeah. Cool. I am on Twitter. I am at Killabees, the number 2, then the letter T. Hit me up on there. Matthew Butler on Facebook. You can get me on Instagram. I believe it's Killabees2T as well. What else? PSN gamertag. Actually, gamertag on everything. It's Killabees with a 1 instead of an I. K1LLABEEZZ. 2 E's, 2 Z's. I bet you it's going to be me. Check us out, guys. Hit us up. Tweet at us. You got ideas, shit you don't like, we want to start an argument, let us know. Tweet us